Good afternoon and welcome to a special edition of Gridiron Weekly in the new year. Happy New Year to everyone. Hope you're all ready for some more football tonight. And I'm always joined by the best co-host in the business, John. John, how are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you. Nice to see you, Ed.
Yeah. William, how are you, sir?
Good, Ed. Nice to see you. Nice to have you back, brother.
Glad to be back, man. Glad for a new year of football. All right. So as you know, our show is primarily focused on the NCAA football and the NFL football. So we're going to start with these playoff games we had last week. As always, we start with the NCAA. We're going to start with the first game, which was the University of Miami versus Ole Miss, Hotty Toddy. So we're going to go with William first. William, talk to me about the I'm going to give you two topics real quick. I'm going to let you give a brief. You're going to go from the Miami side. John's going to take the Ole Miss side. But what I want you to know, since you are a Pitt fan and you're an ACC fan, the first topic is tell me how Miami did, how they did it. Second topic for you is talk to me about all the crap that was talked about the ACC. ACC sucks. ACC's down. SEC's so good. Now, we find ourselves ACC versus Big Ten matchup, right? Which I found very, very interesting since the ACC is so bad and Miami should not have made it into the playoffs. But anyway, we're going to let William talk to the Miami side and that point about the ACC. Go ahead, William.
Well, I mean, Miami, it was a close win against Ole Miss, 31-27. I mean, a little bit of a return to relevance, I guess. All season they were doubted. They were said they don't belong. They give credit to them. They kept chugging along, and they did it straight into the national championship game. I mean, Carson Beck, had a big, had a pretty big game. I mean, he had that 3-yard touchdown with 18 seconds left. This was a. They never flinched in that game. They never flinched. They did what they needed to do. ACC. Yeah, I mean, people are always talking, smack on them. All their weak conference. It's more of a basketball conference, and I mean, it is what it is. I mean, there's some very good teams in the ACC, this is a prime example of some people who don't know what the hell they're talking about. You've got an ACC team in the national title that nobody would have ever expected, right? Nobody would have ever expected this to happen. But here we are. I think they're going to get beat. I know we'll get into that later. I think they're going to get beat by Indiana, despite being at home, right? Despite being on their home. But this is why I say some of these prognosticators and people that are tasked or with their expertise, so-called expertise, I guess. Sometimes really don't know what the hell they're talking about. Yeah, sometimes really don't know what the hell they're talking about. I mean, that's pretty much it.
Well, let me give a quick interjection to you. So seeing as Miami made first ever to play the championship at their home, but since they made the final, does that make a stronger argument for the ACC to try to entice Notre Dame to join football-wise?
You know what? I'm so sick of freaking Notre Dame. They get all the criticism. They get criticism, and they get preferential treatment as well, and I'm pick a freaking conference for crying out loud. Who cares? We don't need them. Honestly, we don't need them. I mean, they can go F themselves as far as I'm concerned. I'm so sick and tired of this program. I really am. I'm like, they need to just, go away as far as I'm concerned. I get so sick and tired of this whole thing with, pick a freaking conference. You bitch and moan and whine. I mean, I heard that, on the Dan Patrick show, I heard the athletic director. Come on, dude. Let me give me your address. Let me send you a freaking tampon, okay? Because literally, you're literally nobody cares about nobody. We're not buying into your stupid ass pity party. Okay, we're not. Okay.
And this will continually happen to them if they're not in a conference. They will continually end up being left out. I don't know what the hell.
And
I
it
mean,
should happen time and time again. Leave them out every time until they pick a freaking conference. Leave them out year in and year out. Keep doing it. Maybe it'll send a message sooner or later to them. Maybe it won't, though, too. Probably won't.
Probably won't.
Right.
All right, Billy, you are the athletic director for Notre Dame. I've just anointed you. Which conference, and I kind of think I know your answer, which would you think, as a Notre Dame athletic director, your easiest path to a championship? Is it the Big Ten or is it the ACC?
I mean, I'm going to say this right now. It's definitely the ACC. Okay? It's definitely the ACC. No doubt about it. It's not the Big Ten. I mean, it is definitely the ACC. Yeah, they should join the ACC. If they were smart, they would do that. If they were smart. But no, they let arrogance blind them on most of their decisions. Arrogance blinds them on pretty much all of their decisions. Okay, that's what happens with Notre Dame. It's the arrogance. They can't get past the arrogance. Okay, they can't get past it. So,
John, we can pop in there.
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, I look at the ACC with where, if we ever wanted to use it, I mean, Rutgers should be in the ACC. Not that anyone wants Rutgers, but they should be there. Notre Dame should be in the Big Ten. You can play Purdue. You can have all those rivalries just ready to go with Michigan. That's where you belong. Always belong.
And I believe that. But Ed asked about the most easiest path. I would say the ACC. But no, John, I agree. Big Ten is you. I mean, you want to talk about must-see TV? Yeah, absolutely.
So throw them in. I mean, I just.
Or you take Maryland, put Maryland back in the ACC.
Them too. There you go. Yes. Right.
Because they really belong there. That has all their regional rivalries. You have the Techs, you have the UVAs of the world, back to the Boston Colleges of the world. I think Notre Dame, and to all your point, the reason I asked that question, Billy, is because what you said, they're complaining and they're talking about how great their program is. So if your program is that great, go join a conference and dominate it.
Well, and he gets on the Dan Patrick show, and it's a woe is me. Oh, we were unfairly treated. We were this, we were that. Get out of here, dude. Enough is enough. I mean, I wanted to throw up. It was so bad.
Yes.
I tell you what, Dan Patrick, I like him, but he should have hammered him. If I was Dan Patrick, I would have hammered. I would have nailed him. Oh my God, I'd have had a field day with him.
The funny thing is, they lost to Miami. Just because the game is the first game or the last game, they both are equal. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I play week 1 or I play week 10, the games still count the same amount. They lost on the field to Miami, and it looks like they got it right because now Miami's in the title. So I don't know what the crying is. And I heard that too. I heard the Dan Patrick thing. It was ridiculous.
It was terrible. It was embarrassing.
He was exactly embarrassing. That's right.
He should be embarrassed of himself. Go on and make it. He made himself look like a fool, an absolute fool on national television.
Here's another question for you, Billy. Should Carson Beck be able to go everywhere he wants in the nation right now and flip everybody the bird, specifically Georgia? I mean, he performed exceptionally well in the playoffs to this point.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I would say. I mean, he earned a right. I mean, like I said, that he just, when the game was on the line against Ole Miss, I mean, he came through, man. There was he led them right down the field, and they did what they needed to do. So I mean, and I do believe though that the buck stops here. Unfortunately, that's just my personal opinion. I know we'll get into that, but
I think you're absolutely right. I think Georgia may have given up too early on him. They looked at the injury and said, no, we don't want it. Kind of reminds me of the parallel where you had Drew Brees hurt his shoulder in San Diego, and you had Dante Culpepper hurt his knee in Minnesota, and Miami chose Culpepper and New Orleans chose wisely.
Great. Yeah.
That's what it kind of reminds me of. All right, we're going to shift over here to John. John, take the perspective of Ole Miss, and you got to factor in, they can poo-poo all they want. The only reason they're there is because of Lane Kiffin, period.
Yeah.
Brilliant coach. That is the only reason he found Trinidad Chambliss, at Fair State in Michigan. He took a chance on a guy who was a Division II athlete, and he proved to be the difference. And the offense he runs is unbelievable. Go ahead, Billy.
No, go ahead. I want to, John.
Right,
I want to just interject about Lane Kiffin real quick after John's done.
Go ahead.
Lane Kiffin just is, all of that I agree. But he's also, what he is, and he's just a mercenary jerk. And he, and I give Ole Miss credit for holding it together. I guess his coordinators are leaving, different things are happening, and they almost won that game. I mean, they could have beat Miami. I mean, it was close enough. They were there. They did a great job. Obviously they did a great job losing him, the way he puts on a show and what he did. I mean, he should be. But although we know that's what he's going to do, Ole Miss had to know. He does it everywhere he goes. I mean, that's a lot of times I don't have too much sympathy for the Ole Miss. I don't mean the Ole Miss fans. I mean like the school and stuff. But I don't know, man. I'm curious what next year's going to look like for them. I don't know I don't know if they'll ever be able to build. That's the sad part about it. I'm not quite sure what happens next for them, if they fall back to mediocrity or go back to being, one of those 8-4 teams that make bowl games, but who cares? I don't know, man. The Lane Kiffin thing just made me sick. We haven't had a chance to really get into him. I know because we had the break, but he should have been there. And this all goes back to the NCAA. They got to fix how they do things. There's no way that guy shouldn't have been able to finish it with that team. And we should have never even known. There should have been a way. There's got to be a way to not allow this to continue to happen. But he's a jerk and he likes it. That's the other thing. Lane Kiffin likes it. I mean, look at him on Twitter, how he's at, the things he's doing, the way he trolls them, the stuff he's putting out there. It's really insane. One time, I mean, he puts out he's putting out a picture of the Mississippi state flag. He's saying all kinds of things that just inciting everything. It'll be great if they play. Hopefully they are on the schedule next year. But as far as Ole Miss, the program goes, where are they going, man? Chambliss is done, right? He can't have his 9th year or whatever the hell he wants.
He wants his 6th year. The team has not interjected yet on his behalf, so that's the next phase. They're going to petition the NCAA to review it again on behalf of him. They still have that freshman there. Yeah. The kid that Simpson, who Kiffin recruited, and that kid's he's a sophomore. He's already completed his college academics. He's a master's program now, like 19 years old. The kid's brilliant. I don't know if he's a strong enough arm. And Chambliss, he's a thick dude, man. I think he translates to the NFL. I don't know, but go ahead, John.
Yeah, he's adorable. Yeah.
Did you see what they tried to do to get him in, like this medical? Medical, from 2022, and in there the doctor says he's okay, and it's just goofy. Move on, guys. You can't have 6 years. Sorry, it's too much. I mean, I'm watching Carson Beck. I love Carson Beck. I had said Carson Beck at the beginning on this show. I was the one saying Carson Beck this, that, and Miami, and all sorts of crap. But yeah, when you really think about it, when he's in Georgia, he's running around in Lamborghinis, and he's a kid being a moron. We've watched him grow up. Now he's a grown. That's not supposed to happen.
He's gotten a lot of flack for cheating on that girlfriend. I know that much.
Oh, gosh.
It's bonehead.
No more 6 years, but I don't know where Ole Miss goes, man. I don't know. I hope everything's okay, because I'd love to see them at least stick it to Lane 1 year.
But I think your point is almost perfect. I think they do exactly what you said, John. I think they go back to the 8-4 world, because you can only have so much innovation on offense. Not only do you lose your innovative head coach, you also lose the offensive coordinator who knew that. Charlie Weiss is leaving. So it's just, and it does fall on the NCAA. And I could see both sides of it, kind of, because you do have to start that. If they just delayed the portal till freaking January 20th, I mean, that's all you do. You delay the portal until January 20th, right? And that means that it's after the championship game, so nobody needs to move. You can have the deals, and they have the secret deals. We already know that, right? Yep. We've heard about it, but just it allows the players to have their conscience clear and play the games. You should without all these unbelievable starters, and they did ink up Lacey to another contract, so he's staying at Ole Miss, the running back. So that'll be good for them. But I don't know what they do at quarterback, as always.
Yeah.
All right, Billy, get in there. Talk to us about Lane Kiffin.
Well, okay. So do I blame him for wanting to go to LSU and choosing them over Ole Miss? No, I mean, it's a better program. But he botched this thing totally. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, and then he says, oh, well, I wanted to coach this team. No, you left the team, brother. Okay. You left the team. You left them, Keith Carter, the AD, refused, and rightfully so. Okay, let's look at this. He was already visiting LSU, him and his family before this happened. That was really bad optics. Okay. And he's going to have more opportunities. He's going to have more money at LSU. He's going to, but he left in late November. Let's be clear on that. He left on late November. Ole Miss finalizing one of their best seasons ever, and you abandoned the team. And then you bring in all this stuff about, well, I need to pray about it, and that has a, and then you do what you do. That just, I tell you what, that doesn't look good. And he's done this before. This isn't the first time he's done this.
Right.
And he has a history of trolling. He trolled Miami with Carson Beck. He did that. Oh yeah, boy, that really backfired on you, Lane, didn't it? Huh? How about that? I bet you feel real good now about that, huh?
I mean, to be fair, God could have told him to do all this stuff, Billy.
Think about if Cignetti decides to leave Indiana tomorrow. He says, you know what, that Penn State job seems better to me. I'm from Pennsylvania. I've done this in Indiana. Look what I built here. Look at this. This isn't a football school, right? So is Penn State really that much better than Indiana if he stays with it? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it builds it to where then when the successor comes, it's a good program. And Lane Kiffin goes to LSU for what? I don't see that.
It is a better. I mean, if you've ever been down to Ole Miss where that's at, it's a dump. It is a better. He's in a better situation. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's in a way better situation. I don't blame him. Listen, college football created this. Okay, the NCAA created this mess. And now, and they act shocked when it happens, but you're the one that created the whole situation.
They're always dumbfounded, like, oh, we didn't think this happened.
I know.
They're all the time. They're all the time. I mean, he has a history of abrupt departures. Okay, so this shouldn't really be a surprise to anybody.
Some him getting fired.
Correct.
Yeah. Here's a stat for you. Per capita in the United States of America, the state of Louisiana puts the most NFL players, puts the most people into the NFL.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
the talent is there, but to John's point, could he have secured, I don't know, say $30 to $40 million exclusively for the football program?
Sure.
At Ole Miss, had he stayed and kept building and kept, I mean, it's the Grove is not as nice as, believe me, because I've been to Baton Rouge. It's not as nice, and the facilities are better. But to John's point, could he have secured, say, all you need is probably $35 million? Could he have got that and stayed?
But they don't look at it that way, though, Ed. They don't look at it that way. They look at the here and now, in the I mean, they don't look at it that way. They don't care about I mean, I hate to say it. I mean, like players leave in the portal all the time. Coaches are like, why should I? You know what I mean? They've created this mess. There's no integrity in college football anymore, in a coach's side and a player's side. It's just not there anymore, and they've created this mess. But
before he left, Ole Miss did say that money is no object. They would have matched.
Yeah, I know they did.
That's why. I mean, to John's point, I mean, you could have returned such a strong team. You could have. I think you could have because he had youth.
He looked at it as this is when am I going to get another shot at this? You know what I'm saying? He looked at it from that standpoint.
No doubt LSU is a more historical brand. No doubt about it.
I mean, you hired one jerk for another. I mean, Brian Kelly was a complete a-hole. And Kiffin's a better coach. Oh, no, I agree. Kiffin is a better coach. I'm not taking away his coaching prowess at all. He's a great coach. Great coach.
No,
but,
he'll choke somewhere though along the line. I mean, I'm not exact. I agree. He's better than Brian Kelly, but I gotta tell you, this whole thing just makes me sick.
If we look at what he did at Tennessee, there you go, Joe. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, if you don't stay at Ole Miss after you are in that, you could have won a national championship this year with Ole Miss. There's no doubt in my mind if he stays, he might have been enough to beat Miami. Just him being over there doing game planning with them.
It's another mind.
Then I'm going to go to LSU. Well, he has a history of winning. Where is their history of winning? I mean, I don't know. Joe Burrow. I mean, what? I'm just saying, as we look at it, it just aggravates me because I get it. I understand. I mean, you're in Mississippi, but God Almighty, I'm going to bring this up with Cignetti when we get to Indiana. I mean, he could do the exact same thing and say, "Screw this! I can go to USC or something."
And just look at how he screwed. You when you do something like that, you leave in late November. You not only disrupt the season, you disrupt recruiting, any kind of momentum you've. I mean, it's just and I can and then having the audacity to say, "Well, I tried to stay and I tried to coach his team. They didn't want me." No, jerk, you left. Okay, right. You left, a-hole. Okay, you left. Okay, and so don't sit there and try and this is the problem with a lot of these. That they play the victim.
Yep.
And I mean, this is what you get. I mean, you're the one that created this situation. Nobody held a gun to your head and said you've got to go to LSU and leave Ole Miss. Nobody told you that. Okay, you decided to do that yourself. And then I said I could loan my staff out too. Yeah, come on, man. I mean, you're at this point in time, you were wrong. You're just trying to save face. That's all you're trying to do.
Basically. All right, we're going to wrap that one up. This time we're going to start with John. We're going to talk about John and the Big Ten. You had two Big Ten teams, which assured a Big Ten team in the championship game. I was kind of disappointed in the Big Ten. I'm going to really say that because it looks like, I thought there were really three teams. There was really just one team in the Big Ten, and that was Indiana. The other two it's just not good. I was so disappointed in Ohio State's speed. They had none, zero. I couldn't believe an Ohio State team, specifically on defense. They had no speed.
And they're going to put 5 or 6 guys in the first round of the NFL too. I'm sure are going to be leaving. I don't know what happened there. That's
I just think that he got out coached a little bit. I mean, they run the same offensive set. Those bubble screens are ridiculous.
Yeah,
they run them all the time. They're predictable, and Miami. That's all they trained on. Be ready for that. And the guy stepped in. But anyway, we'll get back to the game at hand. Oregon and Indiana. Oregon, you can't start that way. But John, you start off. John, you take Indiana, and then Billy, you'll take Oregon. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, I mean that first throw for a touchdown. I mean that interception. I mean, and Indiana's just Cignetti. As much as I say bad, things, he's unbelievable. What he's done in Indiana, he's going to stay in Indiana. That's what I'm going to like about him. He's going to force me to like him. I don't want to like him, and he's going to make me like him because he's going to stay in Indiana. He's not going to go to the NFL. He's not going to. He's going to stay there. You can tell. He's going to build this thing to where when he does want to leave, it'll be so good that the next person, it'll be a seamless transition. That's why.
That's an incredible statement because they are definitely not a football school.
No, it's not.
Never have been.
Yeah,
and he's doing it. This guy's ridiculous.
It's not a football state for crying out loud.
Yeah.
It's a basketball state. Yeah.
It might be the most remarkable thing I've seen in college football in as long as I've been watching. I mean, what's going on here? And they're dominating. They're ridiculously good. And I just look at that guy. If he doesn't leave and stays with them, he'll be one of my favorites of all time. And you know how much I dislike him because it's just the way he's got that built. What a difference between what Lane Kiffin does and what a guy like Cignetti does. Both coming from Nick Saban too. And so look at him. These kids, he's got it built right. You can see they almost act like college kids somewhat. I mean, I know it's tough to say because now everyone's a pro, but you know what I mean? You still get that feeling with Indiana, and it starts with him. Yeah. And I'm just a huge fan, and I can't believe I'm saying that. And as far as Oregon goes, that's Oregon for you, though, right? I mean, through the years, this is what you get. I don't know what to say about them, man. I mean, I don't know if that kid, maybe he is going to be a good NFL quarterback. I don't know. But that was a horrible game, and there's not much, man, because Indiana is really the best team. I never thought it. That they were this good, honestly, because you watch that Big Ten schedule and what was going on. They didn't really play many teams. You don't play much. You didn't really have that hard of a schedule, and they've just shown, man.
What do you think? I mean, because we were all together after that Illinois game, which was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I mean, we all thought they were good, but that should have kind of given us a clue that they were really dominant. I mean, they destroyed a top 10 program. I mean, it was unbelievable what they did to them. I mean, it really was. And then they go to Oregon and they win.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was the litmus
good, I just couldn't believe. They also had it. I mean, they had a pretty good draw, in the playoffs as well. So they took an Alabama team that was just not very good, and credit to them for winning. And they also took an Oregon team that they already beaten.
And they beat the hell out of these teams, man. They beat that
program like Alabama to destroy them like they did was there's no doubt about it. I'm just curious what they do at quarterback next year. I don't think Mendoza's brother's going to be in the running.
Yeah,
maybe he is. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think he's going to be in the running. So
they claim he can run better than him.
He's a better athlete. I think he is.
Yeah, they claim that. Yeah.
Who did they get?
I don't know what he's going to do in the pros. Anybody?
Mendoza?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think he's going to be the best quarterback coming out. I think it's
but he lacks mobility. I mean, he's really a statue.
Yeah. Well,
he's got a lot of J.J. McCarthy in him to me, as far as personality-wise. He seems to be a really good personality. Like he knows
he's a leader.
Yeah, I think he's a leader. Like McCarthy, I don't know. He's got a better arm than McCarthy, though. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying
they throw the hell out of the ball in Indiana. I mean, Michigan just didn't. I don't know why everybody thought McCarthy was going to be good. They really just never. There's
intangibles about Mendoza, right? I mean, when you listen to him talk, like you say, leadership, like Bill's saying, and all that, and he seems to be. He's going to be somebody that teams are going to like. It's going to be interesting, because there's something about him. He's going to be the most prepared. You heard how prepared he gets. He's getting prepared for interviews and stuff.
Right. But sometimes those interviews, they're so robotic. And this is what we're going to do. Here we're going to do. He almost sounds like one of those TV salesmen, And now for $19.99, I'm going to show you the offensive playbook for the Indiana Hoosiers. You can buy right now. Buy twice. That's what it sounds like. So scripted. Every speech he gives now is so scripted. I'm like, maybe that's what they're telling him to do. I don't know. But I just worry about his in pocket and his ability to make those, moves. There's no doubt his best attribute is from his shoulders up. Very bright kid. Knows what he's doing. He's not going to turn the ball over. He doesn't have that strong of an arm. I think Beck's arm. I mean, some of the throws that Carson Beck made, man, with a bum elbow, unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, Mendoza, what they say, he has more touchdowns than incompletions.
Right.
Which is pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, that's insane. And you know what? Sometimes when we see that, we're like, okay, no offense to any program, but Ohio State, what's his name? Dwayne was throwing to wide open people, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Mendoza's really not throwing to that many wide open people, and it's not really a juggernaut of an offense because the school's terrible at football.
Right.
I mean, he had the second most losses in the history of the game.
Right.
So, I mean, from that aspect, it's incredible. But we don't even have to pick the next game because we have plenty of time. Plenty of time. Yep, go. Can
I talk about Oregon real quick?
Sure.
I mean, obviously they were doomed from the first play. I mean, you get a pick six, but they had 3 turnovers in the first half. But let's also take into consideration they were missing 2 of their top running backs.
Yep.
Right.
So I mean, and I said it. I texted our buddy Mac, who was on our Pittsburgh show. I said this. I said when they were leading at halftime, 35-7. I said. This has the makings of being – they're going to score 56 or more. I said that. Yeah. I said that. He can vouch for that. I texted him.
There was no stopping him. I mean, once they threw that interception, he comes right back down the field at 7-7. I'm like, good on you. This is going to be a game.
He did forget. Yeah, he did forget. Yeah, I agree. He did forget. But then, and here's where I'm saying these 2 top running backs being out was a big thing. How about when that running back ran into his arm? I mean, that was just
it was a spacing because he cocked back and the ball, hit the dude.
But I'm just saying, it was a backup running back. You're not used to getting the reps with that quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that were, and I mean, I'm not down. Yeah, I'm not saying, I'm just saying though, it was doomed from the get go. Whenever you,
100% agree with you. And by the way, it will probably most likely, I'd say 90% chance it'll be 16 next year. These buys are destroying the playoffs. They just can't play off the bye.
They are, right.
Yeah.
No, it's too long.
Lost again.
It's too long. It's too long I mean, there's there's getting rest, and then there's getting too much rest to where you're not don't have the what do you call it? You're not
true game reps. They're not there.
Right. Yeah.
You can rep as much as you want, but you need that other player. But I just was reading the board of directors are going to meet on the 19th. They're in Miami, and it's most likely going to be 16, but the goal is 24 to be just like 1AA or FCS, whatever. I mean, for me, that's fine. I love football, so I don't care. But 16 makes sense because the buys are shit. They don't work.
No, I mean, it's just I think it's too long. I mean, you lose temperament. You know what I mean? You lose that.
You lose the timing. You lose everything.
Right.
You lose everything. Yeah.
Because it just doesn't work. I'm happy with that point.
Well, they were even saying that about Ohio State, John. They were saying about how that he let them go home during the Christmas break. There was no they gave them like a extended break from practice and things like that, and you could tell it just they were not like I said, the football temperament is just they lost it. You know what I'm saying? Because it was you're off for a month. It's too long. It's too long.
So the game is not till Monday the 19th, so we're not going to pick it today. We're going to pick it next week when we do our show next week. We're going to pick it, and we look forward to probably be at the regular time next week, possibly. Bill?
Well, that's the problem. I have Pens and Flyers Thursday night, so we'll figure it out.
We'll get it in, folks.
Yeah, definitely get it in. We'll
no doubt about it.
Yeah.
We'll get it in. All right, now we're going to move on to the big boys who I'm not sure if you guys watched the games last night. Freaking Prime kept glitching. I don't know if anybody else noticed that. At least on my side, it kept glitching, which was annoying as heck. I don't mind that the NFL is making money, right? It's a capitalist society. But you have to go with a streamer who is built for the capability of that. Me thinking Amazon, Bezos probably have the traffic. I don't know if you guys experienced that at all. Did you?
I was good.
I was good as well. I heard that there were some issues, but I worked a Penguin game yesterday. So I did not see. I mean, I know the first game was on Fox. I saw it like in our office down at the arena, just in and out. But then when I got home and showered and everything like that, it was like the start of the second half. So I didn't have any problems. But I had heard there was some people that were having problems with it. I mean, it's what. I have a problem with streaming services. Just choose one that has the bandwidth to handle.
Have a good one, yeah.
Right, that's all. And I read a little bit. It wasn't widespread. It was spotty, but I happened to be spotty. And the second half was fine, so I can stop complaining. But we had two games yesterday that were kind of interesting. I mean, you had a favorite win. They didn't cover, but they won. And you had a favorite lose because their kicker left 7 points, blah, 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 blah. So we're going to start with the first game. We're going to talk about the LA Rams going to Carolina. And it's kind of a complex game. And, Billy, you're up first. Billy, you choose whatever you want to do, either team. Also talk about the maturation process of a quarterback. It looks like the kid can play a little bit. Although he did bounce some passes when it got tight, but it looks like he can play. And he is due for his fifth-year option. So, Billy, you got a lot to do with the first game and what you want to choose, and then we'll give John's perspective on it. Go ahead, Billy.
Well, I thought the Rams were going to beat them pretty handedly. I thought that it was going to be one of those games where, it was, like I did. I thought it was like going to be like a 10 to 14 point, Rams win. I thought that they were going to, get out front early and just pretty much keep the lead the whole game. And that did not happen. It was a back and forth thriller. They did go up early, but, they needed that late scoring drive orchestrated by Matthew Stafford in order to, win, a 19-yard touchdown pass to Colby Parkinson with just 38 seconds left. I mean, that was just
incredible.
That was, yes. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. I mean, how they were able to do it. But I was surprised at the fight of the Panthers. Panthers had beat them once this year. And I didn't really take that into too much consideration, to be honest with you, going into this game. I said, that was just kind of a, I think that the Rams are a lot better team. and they're going to be able to take care of business. And I thought they'd take care of business pretty handedly. I got to hand it to them. I mean, they fought hard, and they could have won that game. They very well could have won that game. Like I said, it was a back and forth game, but in the end, it was the victor was the Rams, and like I said, it was just a. It was just a wonderful final drive to cap that off. But I mean, Bryce, he surprised me this year. He really did. He surprised me this year. I think that he's, I mean, he exceeded my expectations. He definitely exceeded my.
Is he worthy of a fifth-year option?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's very tough. If it were me in the front office, I would say
it's 20-something million.
Yeah, I would say at this point in time, what do you have to lose, right? What do you have to lose, and what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I mean, what are you going to do next season? What are you going to go back to being the lowly Panthers again? Or is this something maybe you could possibly build on? I think I'd be inclined to give it to him at this point in time. I just think because
his option is for the 5th year is $26,530,000.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Him and Stroud, because they didn't get the max. The max, if they were had more than one Pro Bowl, is $46 million. So you're getting them for, very low price compared to other starting quarterbacks.
Yeah, I think it's something to build on for them. They exceeded my expectations. Trust me, I didn't have the freaking Carolina Panthers in the wild card round at the start of the season. I did not, So they exceeded my expectations. Also, you got to understand too, that's a very, very bad division. Okay, that's a terrible division. I mean, they won the division at 8-9. Let's be clear on that.
There's a 3-way tie at 8-9.
Right. So, I mean, that's a very bad division. I thought that honestly, if you asked me a month and a half ago, I thought that the Buccaneers would run away with it at the end of the season. And they just collapsed. They collapsed, and it was bad. But, like I said, you got to give these guys some credit on this game. I thought that, hey, the better team won. Stafford did a phenomenal job. Puka had a good game.
Speaking of Puka, Billy, how about that? That ball seemed to come on him unexpectedly right before the half, which should have put them up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Kind of weird. I mean, the guy is just he gets open so easily. I mean, he's the focus of their offense, and he's unstoppable.
Well, he makes Stafford's job a lot easier because he can find those pockets of, he can find the pockets in the secondary where, like you said, he does a great job of getting open. It's similar to how, Mahomes and Kelsey for years, Kelsey always seemed to be able to get into those pockets of the secondary and get himself open. And, obviously it was, Mahomes extending plays and things like that with his feet and stuff like that led to him having more time and being able to get open. But Puka's faster. He finds those areas, and he makes it easy for Stafford.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. All right, we're going to switch to John real quick because we've got some more NFL to go. Go ahead, John. What's your take on that?
My biggest thing is the Rams' defense isn't that good. So that's a problem for them. They give up a lot of points. They better. I don't know what they're going to do. Going forward here, that was Carolina. So you're going to get it's going to be a little better offenses, and their defense hasn't been good the last little bit. So I think that was what I took away from that game. Was I don't know if their defense is as good as it needs to be such a contender. But no one's defense is good by what I'm seeing right now, except maybe Philadelphia's. So. That was the one thing I took out of that. I don't think their defense is that good. They don't tackle well. They have a hard time. But Carolina. Gosh, I'll tell you this. When I saw the line was 10.5, I said this on the Bills podcast. I do. I love it. Give me the points. Give me all the points. I take Carolina plus all the points. But did I think that? No, that was incredible. They really could have won the game. And then good for them. Great coaching, the whole deal, man. They should be able to build. I know it was an 8-9 season, which kind of sucks, but doing that, that saved them. You know what I mean? Because if they got blown out, it would have felt like, you were 8-9, you're a bum. At least you did that, so maybe they can build. And next year's the key, right? Now you got to have 10 wins, and you got to move forward.
Are you picking up his option?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. At that price, that's not bad. So yeah,
and don't you kind of feel, John, like they're in a bad spot, right? He's kind of got them over a barrel, so to speak.
Yes.
I mean, what are you gonna do if you're the organization? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that to me, I'm looking at it as best.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it like this is something we can build on. Now, if there were other options out there, then obviously I would. But what do they have? You know what I'm saying? What other options do they have?
Exactly.
All right, John, you're going to start us off on that nightcap. We know your affiliation. We know what badge you're sworn to. But having said all that, the game, real quick for me, Green Bay made a lot of mistakes, but this team is so freaking young. They are set up for so long. I mean, they did this without – if they had Micah and the other linebacker they lost, I don't know if that game would have been close. But go ahead.
I said that I predicted the Packers to win before the game, on the other podcast, and at halftime I didn't see a path for the Bears because they couldn't play defense, and I knew that going into it. They can't play defense. I'm watching them. I watched them against Detroit. I could make excuses for them in San Francisco. I couldn't make excuses against Detroit. It was bad. Now, I know there's a lot of injured guys. Jalen Johnson's still dealing with something. We know Gordon's hurt. So, okay, fine. There was something changed at the second half that, with blitzing and things they did. Caleb Williams is really good. So, honestly, I mean, this – as much as Green Bay messed up, I think the Bears also won the game. I mean, I'm not going to take away anything from them either. I mean, I usually do. So, for once, I'm not going to. Because I'm one of their worst fans. Because as Bill said, I hate them probably as much as I like them.
I always say John is one guy that has the most disdain for the teams he roots for.
So I'm going to tell you this. I am happy for the first time since 1985. I am happy in 84. I'm happy because they look like this could be more than just a one-year thing. Like, I feel like they can build on, and then next year now we'll be in the playoffs again. And not take another 6-year hiatus before we get in, or 15 years before you win a playoff game. It looks pretty good to me. And I got to take back something too. I complained. This guy said they're going to get lit up by the Eagles next week.
Well, the Eagles have to win today. Okay. And by the way, if they get lit up, guess what? The game's in Chicago, and they really destroyed the Eagles last time they played. I mean,
I don't know.
Humiliated them and showed the Eagles for what they are, which is kind of junk.
That would be interesting.
Exactly right. The youth on offense they have is very, very good. They're set up with running backs, tight ends, and wide receivers for 10 years.
I never thought Colston Loveland was going to, and I take back my criticism of Poles. Wow, that guy is as good as it gets. I mean, he dominated the game. They couldn't stop him yesterday.
It's amazing because they don't throw at Michigan. So how he picked him over the kid from Penn State? Yeah. I don't know, because everybody doubted him, but he must have seen something. He's also leaner than him. He's more of a deep threat, and he was constantly wide open on that deep out, constantly. It couldn't go. You're right.
Could you imagine if Caleb Williams was just a little? We know all the outside things. You look at the nails. You look at all that stuff. Take that all away. The stuff he does when the game's on the line is as good as it gets for a young guy. I mean, that throw he makes on fourth down is ridiculous. Might be one of the best you could see.
Falling backwards.
Falling, doing all that, and it's right on the money. And even the little things now he's starting to do. The play with the game winner, the DJ Moore, the one against. I mean, now remember, I'm a Bears fan. I don't know good quarterbacking when I see it, so everybody can tell me I'm nuts. Yeah. But I think they actually have one finally after Sid Luckman. They finally found one.
Yep, I totally agree. Totally agree. Billy, jump in there, buddy.
What about McMahon?
He was hurt too much.
Pudgy quarterback.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Billy.
He always wants me down.
Talk to us quickly about the Packers because we got to get these.
Well, I mean, to me, the Packers stopped playing in halftime. You know, I mean, it was 21-3. You
They
know,
were lasting it up, man.
Yeah, the offense just kind of was like, okay, we can just kind of cruise to the end here, and it just didn't. It just wasn't.
But to John's point, the Bears adjusted and blitzed and said, "Screw it, we'll go one-on-one because you're not going to hit all of them." And it took the Packers till mid fourth quarter to adjust again to just go to the straight pass. They stuffed the run. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they made great adjustments. There's no doubt about that. And I agree with John. Williams can play. This guy can play. I was a little shocked that Green Bay was favored in this game. I guess the reason being is because Caleb Williams doesn't have any playoff experience, and they just felt like, was that the reason, guys? I mean, I'm asking you.
No, Bears defense. They were bad coming down the stretch.
Injured, yeah, and they're hurt. Binged up, yeah.
Okay, I just thought, for a team, to be at home and not to be favored, I just thought was kind of, there was just kind of a little bit, I don't know. I was shocked a little bit by that. I don't think the Bears defense is that bad. I mean, they're bad. They're not that good, but I mean, I just didn't. On the flip side, the Packers really have not been good after losing Micah Parsons. I mean, their offense is kind of up and down. It's not a consistent offense. So I just didn't. I wasn't agreeing with the favor, with the Packers being the favorites.
Yeah. I mean, but lost starters on defense, and they lost their best tight end too. So
yeah. I mean, they, 23-3 at halftime. They came out and they were pissed. You could see the Bears were pissed. I mean, even Ben Johnson. I mean, he was a little bit standoffish with Kaylee Hartling when they came back. Yes. He was kind of like, he has kind of, I don't know. He's kind of a jerk, I think, John. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't mean to.
That's good. That's fine. Be a jerk.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm going to say this. Jordan Love was in concussion protocol for a long time.
Yeah,
I don't. He looked okay. He didn't look like it, And I don't think he's that great of a quarterback, to be honest with you. I mean, I think he's okay. I think he's decent, but I don't think he's not a great quarterback. Looked like Caleb was driving Ben Johnson crazy into the fourth. Do you think Ben would prefer a QB that is a little more steady? Or not so boom or bust. That's a good point, I think. What do you think, John? I mean, he gets the job done. I mean, I don't think that Ben has too much of an issue with him, right?
Well, I'm guessing Johnson knew what he was getting into when he went to the Bears, knowing that Williams was coming. He was going to be his quarterback. The way that things have gotten better from preseason. Of course, I watch every minute from preseason game 1 till now. The way things have gotten better with all of it, with Williams making better decisions, and I don't think Johnson. No, I mean, I don't. I think he saw how far he could get with Goff, and I don't think you'd want to bring Goff back. I mean, you need somebody who can make plays, and this guy can make them.
Yep.
And he doesn't get hurt. He gets hammered. He doesn't get hurt. He's durable. He can move around, and he's what the quarterbacks of now are, I guess. So, yeah, his completion percentage needs to go up. He can't be sitting around 58% for the remainder of his career because that's tough. But yeah. I think Johnson's probably happy with because he chose him, basically. He chose the job.
Yeah, no doubt.
What's up with him and LaFleur? What they don't – I mean, that was kind of – they have an issue with each other, Ben Johnson and LaFleur.
Yeah, well, Johnson – yeah. Well, Johnson said in the beginning of the season that he loves beating Green Bay. He loves beating LaFleur twice every year. He's got used to it. He's going to do it again. He basically said that when he got hired. He said, "I'll beat him again," and he did. So yeah, they don't like each other.
Beat him 2 out of 3. I mean, hey, who's your daddy, baby? What can you do? All right, we're gonna move on because we got some important games coming up here, folks. So we're gonna jump right into it. All right, we got Jacksonville. Okay. Who's going to host 1 o'clock here in about 10 minutes. Jacksonville's going to host the Bills. Jacksonville's still 1.5-point favorite. Has not changed. Billy, you first. Just real quick, Billy. Who do you think is going to win? And give me a couple points why you believe they're going to win. Go ahead, Billy.
Well, when I look at Josh Allen having an 0-4 playoff record on the road, and the Jaguars having a strong at-home record at 7-1, I could see why Jacksonville's favored. I still think Buffalo's going to win this game. I don't know. As much as I hate to say it, because people are going to say, "Oh, you don't give this guy enough credit." I think Trevor Lawrence is due for a bad game. I do. I think he's just, and that might be today. I might be wrong. I might eat crow on this one, but the only thing I could say is Buffalo has a run defense problem, and that might come back to haunt them today.
Yeah, that's a good point because they run the ball well. Bushel, Tootin, and Etienne. All right, John, jump in there.
I think Buffalo runs wild on them today as far as running the ball. I think the Jaguars' rush defense is a little overblown when you look at all the backup quarterbacks they played, and I think the Bills go. I actually think this is a mismatch. I think the Bills win by 10.
Okay. Wow, impressive. All right, John, you're up, sir. Next game, you have the 49ers at the Link. Philly's favored by 6. Give us a brief on that, brother.
Give me the 6. I'll take the 49ers in the 6. I don't know why not. Eagles may win. I'll say the Eagles win, 49ers cover. But they better be careful because it ain't going to be easy. Let's put it that way. I don't think it's an easy one for Philadelphia today.
Yeah. William.
Well, I think that the Niners are pissed. They got embarrassed against that last game against Seattle, and I don't know. I think that the Niners are going to win this game. I'm just not sold on the Eagles this year. I hate to say that, but I'm just not. I'm just not. I'm not so. Will McDermott get fired if Bills lose? Is the question.
No,
I don't think he will either. Yeah.
No way. Hey, no. I did the show. He won't. No chance.
No chance, huh?
No. And I can't see it. Yeah.
All right, Bill, you want 49ers plus the points or 49ers outright?
Us 49ers outright.
Okay. All right, in our next game, the nightcap tonight, we have the Chargers from Los Angeles going to the Patriots in New England. New England's favored by 3.5. Bill, you're up. Tell us who wins and why.
I think the Patriots are going to win this one. I do. I think the Patriots are going to win this one. It's going to be in the cold. By the way, what's going to be the weather tonight there?
It says it's going to be 32 degrees.
Okay, no precipitation.
Very little.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the Patriots are got a good chance of winning this game. To me, the Chargers are too up and down, and I think New England is going to pressure the hell out of Justin Herbert. And they're going to sack him. He's going to have some mistakes made, and there's going to have to be some turnovers.
Okay. Talk to us there, Jonathan.
Man, I'm the complete opposite of Bill in this one. I actually honestly think that Herbert picks them apart. I think they're built for this type of game if their offensive line stays. I think Harbaugh has them. You got Omarion Hampton. I honestly think they could win. I'll take the Chargers plus the 3.5, though.
Plus the points.
Yeah.
All right, John, they're going to be that.
He's going to win because the points always seem to come in his favor. It's amazing how they do. It's unbelievable. All right, John, you're up. We have a game. The Texans are coming to some city to play this team. The Texans are favored by 3. The Steelers are the home dog. Who wins? It's going to be 35 degrees Monday night and no precipitation. Who wins and why?
I want the half point. I'm going with Pittsburgh in the 3 because there's no way. I'm sorry. Okay with Houston's defense. I get it. I know. But they're not the Bears of 85. They're not. Look it. And their offense isn't that good either. I think give me all the points with the Steelers that you can give me. If you can give me that half point, I'd even be happier 3.5. I'm taking Pittsburgh plus 3. They could win the game too. Why not?
The fact that the Houston's on a 9-game win streak, that doesn't impress you?
Oh, that's fine. But, we're in the playoffs now. I mean, I just think they're due to lose. I don't know. I honestly,
yeah, it's fine.
It's okay. I mean, I don't know who the hell they're beating. That guy didn't even. I just think that they're not as. I don't know, man. Is that defense Pittsburgh can win? They can win the game. Run the ball. Do what you got to do. You're going to muck it up. The Steelers aren't going to give me the points, and maybe I even come out with a win.
All right.
Maybe.
Really? Talk to me, Goose.
All right. Low-scoring game. Yes, you're going up against the number 1 defense. They're a tough defense. They're a violent defense. They get after it. But Steelers have done well at protecting Aaron Rodgers in recent weeks. I think if you can, and let me tell you this, they're going to slow down on that Acrisure turf. Okay, I'm going to tell you that right now. They're not going to zip around. Their offense is, it's an average offense. They've ridden on the kind of the coattails of the defense this year. I think that if the Steelers can get in the red zone and just come out with points, okay, just make the most of each possession, I think they're going to win the game. If they can't do that, they're not. Period. Point blank. I know. I hate to sound like real men of genius here, but it's just I just think that I think the Steelers. This is an ideal matchup for them because they're gonna try to get in the red zone and hopefully Boswell's kicking woes are kind of behind him and he can. We can come out with points. If we can make the most of each possession, we're going to win this game. I say it's going to be a close game. I'm looking at like a 13-9 game, Steelers.
Pitt outright or Pitt plus the points?
Pitt plus the points. I'm going to go with Pitt plus the points on this one.
All right. So we have time for one more question. The time we meet next week, we're going to have had 12 games played. Over, under, or just give me a number. Any of these 12 coaches lose their job? John?
Any of these 12 coaches lose their job? Yes. Yeah, someone will lose their job.
All right. I like that.
Yeah.
William?
Yeah, I think somebody will. Yeah, I do.
Yes.
You can't hurt it here. I missed it some time, and so I don't have the accurate count of where you guys are as far as you're over 5. Anyway, who cares? So we're going to start the brand new playoffs. And you guys all picked the games yesterday correctly, so good job for you. So you're both 2-0. I just did that. We did that whole telepathic thing. But, all right, ladies and gents, if you want to watch some football, you want to get some good picks, these are the men for you. And I think it's just about time to sign off and watch some football. Adios, folks. Enjoy some football.